Hi,
We are from the
Jason from TechCrunch. And what's your name?
Saurabh.
Nice to meet you. So you're with a research group at
Publication are you from?
TechCrunch? It's a tech blog?
We are from the Technologies for Emerging Markets group and from the India Labs of Microsoft Research. And the focus of our group is on finding effective ways in which technologies can better the situation in developing regions. So we are focusing on two problems in this group. One is education, one is healthcare. So in the education front, we are mainly addressing the question of how to make effective use of PCs in rural schools in developing regions. So there's a lot of interest from governments and corporates to invest in PCs for schools, but there's very little effort to try to use these PCs for bettering, the education standards in the school.
So basically, there's a lot of projects like the OLPC, like get them in the hands of the students, but then once they're there, not so much.
How do you use it in the classroom?
Okay.
There's a lot of classroom. There's a lot of schools which have computer labs today, even in the developing world. But the computers in these computer labs are basically not used for classroom teaching.
Okay.
So our emphasis is on getting these PCs utilized for classroom teaching, as a tool for the teacher to make their teaching more effective.
So is the software you're developing, is it being designed for these kind of low-powered PCs?
It's not really for low-powered PCs, but it's meant for teachers.
Okay.
It's meant for a specific audience. It's meant for teachers who may not be very familiar with technology.
Okay.
So these teachers in the developing world, for example, teachers in this space, they are not very comfortable with typing. Typing is a skill which is very rare in the developing world. So one feature that we have in our system is that teachers don't have to create content by typing on stuff. They can create content only by scanning and photographing and downloading stuff from the internet. And our tool allows teachers to intermix all these content from all these sources.
Okay.
So they can mix textbook content with content which they got from the internet or from a different source.
Is there kind of a demo you can do of the tech, or?
So this is what it looks like.
Sorry. Oh, that's you're projecting over the screen.
So you have a textbook page, and on top of that you have a video page. Started again. So that's the video playing on top of the textbook page. The teacher has picked out some region which is of interest to us. So digestive organs is what this page is about. So she picked that out from the textbook and just sort of playing around with that. That's a very key phase for the video. And then in parallel the video is playing. And then on top of all this, the teacher can also make her own notes, like she can happen.
So sort of annotating.
Yeah, annotating whatever. So she can do annotation very easily. And
so where did she get this article in the first place?
So this article is actually a textbook page.
Oh, okay, got it.
Exists in the classroom.
So the idea is that they already have these textbooks and they want to add to that with this media without necessarily having to type it.
Exactly.
Got it.
Without having them to do a lot of work in creating content. But they already have content in paper. So let's make the best use of that content. Let's enrich the paper-based content with other forms of digital media. And make the whole presentation more interactive by annotations, by picking out regions in the text and so on.
So for that video that's playing right now, would that be in some sort of database that's kept for this?
It could come from any source. We don't restrict the source from which the video should come. It could be from a database, it could be from the internet, it could be just some DVD that the teacher got from some content vendor. It could just be a picture that the teacher took at the school. So we lay a lot of emphasis on content creation at the school itself, because we think that's important for the sustainability of the system. The more the teachers are independent in creating their content, the more likely is the system to last long, to be sustained. And so we are also working on making this thing interactive. How can you make classes interactive using a single PC? So this thing is basically a presentation tool. It's supposed to help teachers make their classrooms effective. Now the next step would be, how do we get kids engaged in this? So we have a technology which enables multiple mice to be connected to the same PC. So if you think of a classroom in which there are, say, 5 mice, each mouse being held by a group of children. So the teacher divides the classroom into 5 groups. Each group is assigned 1 mouse. The group controls the PC using that mouse.
Okay, so
the teacher can, for example, prepare a quiz or a labeling activity for these children. And so this is so we are building an authoring environment for teachers. It's actually being shown here also.
Sorry.
So this is an authoring environment for teachers which helps them prepare quizzes and labeling activities very easily. That's a labeling activity. This is a quiz. So teachers can make these activities very easily using this authoring tool, and then they can take this activity to class and have the children interact with the activities using their individual mice. So this is what it would look like in the classes. So there would be multiple mice on the screen. Think of every group controlling one mouse.
So you've got a mouse over there, a mouse over there.
Yeah, there are 3 mice here.
So basically multiple mice on the same computer.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you don't necessarily need one laptop per child if you don't have one.
Per child. You just need one mouse per child or one mouse per group.
Okay, so to operate multiple mouses, do you have like one? Is there one USB stick that can receive input for multiple devices, or how is that going to work?
So that depends on what content is created. For example, if it's a quiz, then just a left click on a particular button means that you're answering that particular question for that quiz.
Okay.
So it's like depends on the app, depends on the content that the teacher has created.
That's probably not the hard part.
Yeah, that's not the hard part.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for walking us through this.
Thank you.